Welcome back to another episode of Know Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of Know Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have some very special guests. And as you guys can see, we're not in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Well, first, thank you so much for having us. This is amazing. So my name is Jessica, and this is my husband.
Yeah, my name is Ishmael, husband to Jessica. But yeah, thank you for having us on this show. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. So what do you guys do? Tell me all about it.
Well, we started off, I guess we met in college. He pushed me over playing soccer to the ground. But both of us came from, lower income backgrounds, didn't really get to travel much. And so we would save all of our college money and take these road trips just wherever we could. And then I got a scholarship to study abroad in Spain, and I was like, I'm traveling the world. And then I got a 9-to-5, and I was like, oh, you can't just like hop on a plane on Friday, get back on Monday, ready for work. And so kind of were like, okay, well, what can we do? And we started looking around Texas, and we both lived in Dallas, and we're like, we can go sand surfing in Monahans, like there's Fredericksburg where you can visit the wine country. They're just like all these random gems, and no one was really talking about it at the time. So we would just go on these trips and post on social media just because that's what everyone our age did. And then our friends started asking us about these trips, wondering how much how we were doing this, and didn't realize they were there. And then slowly My Curly Adventures was born as a blog, and then we went into his because he was focusing on the food. So we had My Culinary Adventures, and then we were traveling so much, we did this full time, and we realized that we had visited so many places, and we knew like what we liked, what we didn't like, what made an experience amazing. And we're like, we stay at so many other people's Airbnbs, why not start our own?
Oh yeah. We've always wanted a home, and because we travel so much, we're like, well, instead of an apartment, get a home. When we're not there, we can rent it out. And then that's how this came about. We've been talking about it for a few years, and we're happy that we're finally here. Yeah.
I love that. That's fantastic. And so you guys have obviously done an amazing job with the space. What was it like kind of finding that, or like getting involved in that, and like what was that whole process like?
I would say like when we first saw this house, we fell in love with the area. We fell in love with the house. The shape of it was pretty nice. It was pretty much a blank canvas. Like you could keep it as the typical, what do you call it? Farmhouse design.
Yeah.
Is what
The
as it was. And
Magnolia.
then,
Yeah.
And then I like to say
design.
that my wife is crazy, so she's crazy in a good way. Sorry.
He had to correct himself.
Might have to correct that. Yeah, she's crazy in a good way, but yes, so yeah, it was just what's the craziest idea we could think of, and ice cream was it, and here we are now. You can talk more about how that idea came up. Really.
And I asked you, why ice cream?
I mean, it really was just an accident. We were talking to small business owners about how you really have to niche down to stand out. And the example I ended up using was ice cream. I don't know why I used that. And the next thing you know, I'm like showing examples. I was like, there's actually nothing like really ice cream themed in Texas. And I was seeing ice cream furniture, and then I was like, we should build an ice cream house. And yeah, everyone thought I was crazy. But
all the time. That's my job as the husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I have a crazy idea. He says it's not possible. He's an engineer by background. And then he makes it happen.
Yeah,
all the while saying it's not
that.
possible. I'm like, no, you'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Basically, that was the whole process.
Yes, I love that. So what brought you to Waco?
Ooh,
Why Waco?
We travel a lot, and I believe last year is when we started looking at getting a house. We were tired of just paying rent on an apartment and not being there. Then we had a trip here to Waco for about a week. Fell in love, to put it simply. Like we just fell in love with the city. Like the things we were doing were fun. Waco surf. She loves surfing and no salt water, so that was pretty fun. And then we were like, well, we travel between Dallas down to the hill country quite a bit. So Waco is like right in the
35.
center. Yeah, and that was literally it. We're like, well, let's start looking at property here in Waco. The area, around Waco, and So anything else I missed there?
No,
I think not.
Waco's amazing, and we wanted to be part of it, and I think it's just so perfectly located. I mean, we go up to Dallas, we go down to Austin. It's just so easy.
Yeah. And you guys did everything yourself too, right?
Yeah.
So what has it been like being an entrepreneur and getting this started?
Learning
Everything.
learning everything.
Everybody says that.
From getting general contractors to give you budget, like quotes and just like how, and that going, well, that's a little high. What can we do ourselves? Vice versa. So it was just a learning curve. This is the first time we've, I would say, like flipped a house. Even though the good thing is it wasn't there wasn't much work to put into flipping. It was just how do we add the colors in here? How do we make this space feel like home and but still add the fun colors and all the color explosions as you can see anywhere. I think we went with a color palette and worked with that. You can add on to that.
And I mean, not just flipping a house, but this is the first time owning a house.
Yes.
Yeah. For all of us, our generation.
Yeah, that was especially fun because when we finally saved up enough money, the market went up and we're like, oop. Oh. We're like, okay, save again. And then, that was the biggest thing, owning a house. Decorating it, figuring out like all the different platforms. I mean, we have a team, luckily, that helps us on my culinary adventure side, but otherwise, it's still learning for everyone.
Yeah. And so you guys travel full time. So what has that been like? How long have you been doing that for?
We're going on 6 years.
Wow.
Full time started 2015.
Wow.
So yeah, we've been since she graduated a year early. And then stopped her full-time job around early 2018, and then I joined full-time, like officially went full-time after my college, end of 2018. So yeah, it's been 5 years going on 6, and it's pretty much the same. We travel a lot. Our focus is Texas, so we do a lot of Texas travel. So
there's so much to do. We're the biggest state.
Exactly. There's so much to do. We've barely scratched the surface in the 5 years, and there's always something new and something exciting going on in Texas. So yeah, it's pretty much like today, we weren't here. We were here. We spent the night here last night. Well, sorry, 2 nights ago we were here. Then we left the morning yesterday, spent a day in Dallas, and then drove back today. And then we're driving back to Dallas tomorrow. And then flying out to, so it's pretty much that. It's just, we're always on the road. We're always going to see something new. And then if it's a city we've been to, something new has happened there again that we kind of have to go back to.
I mean, all the things that we do in Waco, but there's always new things like Maria Mescaleria, I think, opened up recently, and like that was amazing.
Oh,
Yes, right downtown.
Oh, they have a good happy hour.
Oh yeah, 3 to 6.
Yes.
Ooh, half price drinks, half price apps.
Yes,
I've
you
had
already know about it.
We love you guys.
So there's so many things coming in Waco, but so many people can't always hop on a plane, or like you're thinking about budget, all the different constraints, or just having a 9 to 5. And we wanted to show people that you can live the travelers lifestyle even with the 9 to 5, just exploring all the things and just supporting all the businesses that are involved. When you travel locally, you get to support locally at the same time, and it's been an amazing thing to be able to share.
I love that, and just giving back, which is so important. Well, that's absolutely amazing. With that, is there like a mission behind this, or like what are you hoping to share?
Personally, I would say I've always wanted to like have a home, and I grew up in a big family. I have 10 siblings, so we always have I'll say like I'm built around family, So when you came to like this place, it's a big property. There's a good amount of land, and want to build like a little village in a way. So that's going to that, the name Casa Kumwesu. So Casa, Spanish for house. And then Kumwesu is my native language, Bemba.
Wow.
And that means our house, our village, our community, our this. So it's almost like, our, like, so it's the reason we chose the name is combining our two cultures and then just making this feel like, a big community. So we're going to maybe add a couple more little tiny homes here and there, and and then just share the culture, both our cultures, and just try to bring that out in everything we do at this property.
Yeah, we wanted it to be inclusive, so you'll see, like, we have a lot of local artists or artisans or craftspeople that we've gotten pieces from. So like even like the ice creams behind here, they're like different Etsy artists that are in Texas. I think like the 2 art pieces right there from one of them I think is a San Antonio artist. So lots of different things. We wanted it to be inclusive, so everyone can come here. We've made sure that everyone can feel represented here and feel welcomed here. So yeah, there was a lot of intention going into that, trying to work with as many Texans as possible, and then of course giving back to the Waco community as much as possible. So we have dreamy picnics coming today, and
Shout
we're
out
going to
Victoria,
be.
we love you.
Yeah, so we're gonna have them, and that way people can learn about their business.
Yes.
We use like our page to promote all the things in Waco. We're personally using ours, of course, to promote the house, but at the same time promote the businesses. So it's not just like stay at our house. It's like go stay at our house, go visit this coffee shop, go grab food here, all these different things, so that people are coming to visit Waco more and then spending their dollars here, supporting the local restaurants, boutiques, business owners. So yeah, just doing all of that and making it a community place.
I love that. Well, with that, we'll take a quick commercial break and then we'll be right back. And now for a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Sarah,
And I'm Carter.
and this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Hey y'all, I'm April,
Hi, I'm Caroline.
and we have a new podcast for you. What's it called, Caroline?
Bloody Happy Hour.
It's going to be your new favorite guilty pleasure. We're going to talk about some bloody stuff. Serial killers, true crime,
Rape.
rapists. Why not join us? We'll have a good time.
You literally never know. I don't know what I'm going to say. Bloody Happy Hour. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden
Yeah.
Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros Foes Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
And now, back to the episode. All right, and we're back. So we were just talking about the mission behind your business and kind of your lives as travel bloggers and how important it is. With that, one of the first questions I love to ask when we come back from break is, what would you like to see more of in Waco? And what are you hoping to bring to Waco?
Yes, I just want to see more unique restaurants come in, different things. I said Maria Mezcaleria has been so
I know
good.
we're talking about Moroccan food.
Moroccan
Oh.
So
food.
good.
Ooh.
Let's get an African restaurant here.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
business idea?
Maybe.
we'll go in. I have a food truck idea, so
Ooh, okay.
it's on the list.
I'll volunteer my mom to be the chef.
Actually, we're in for it. We
Yeah,
love that.
that'd be awesome.
What was something else you would like to see more of in Waco?
Oh man, Yeah, I do want to bring some, a bit more African culture here, starting off with maybe a restaurant or two.
Yes.
More African communities around here, a little African shopping to get all the ingredients you need for your cooking.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
And it's really beautiful getting to see like our East Waco community and our other communities growing, especially like historically African American communities and True Jamaica, getting reopened and everything. Love those guys. Shout out Anacito. We love you.
Are we going there for lunch? That was the plan, right?
We need to see their schedule.
Where they
yes,
are.
they have the food truck, so check it out.
Yeah, we went to the restaurant and now we've been excited to try the food truck. Yeah,
it's so good getting to see all this. And with that, you guys obviously are trying to bring more color into Waco as well. So what has that been like? What has that experience been like? Have you received a really good draw? Have people been really into it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a positive experience, and I think the biggest thing too is just for us getting to show how amazing Waco is and bringing in more tourists who are going to go eat at the restaurants, shop at the boutiques, spend their money locally. So, a lot of people have been saying, oh, there's nothing to do in Waco. And we're like, no, there's this, and this to do. So really just doing more to get people to understand how amazing Waco is and then come and visit. Of course, stay a night at Casa Kumwesu, but also go out and explore. And then finding just experiences that we can offer and partnering with local businesses. So, Dreamy Picnics, they're going to have a ice cream sundae picnic that people can book here, and just kind of highlighting those local businesses, doing more and more and offering, if they're staying here, how can we also add in maybe a local experience for them to have, all those things so that Waco can just continue to thrive and flourish, and hopefully we can play a small role in that.
Yeah, I know you guys kind of already talked about a little bit about like what your goals are overall, but we're already halfway through the year. You guys are getting going. So what are some of your goals to achieve by the end of the year? It can be quantitative or qualitative.
Well, I think so Casa Kumwesu is actually the overall property that we own. So this is the ice cream house at Casa Kumwesu. So the plan is to actually start building the additional smaller homes on property. So this one is huge, but our next one we want to do a smaller ice cream house for people, who are just a couple or a couple of people who don't want a huge house. So it's more budget friendly. We also want to make homes that are more consistent to our cultures.
Yes, we can do one. Maybe that's African themed, and we can do maybe a Texas theme where, like, it's all crazy ideas at the moment. And then when we decide, drawing up the plans, which we're at the stage of, and just make this a community, make it feel like it shows off the Mexican culture that Jessica has and the Zambian African culture that I have, and just put that into a little moments here on site.
And so you guys are really building this up, and you guys are entrepreneurs in yourself. What has it been like being POC business owners here in Texas, here in Waco?
I'll say it feels I don't know, like a big relief in where it's like, going into this, you're nervous, you don't know how it's going to go as a POC, and it's been nice knowing that we've worked hard and we've had family and friends backing us up over the years, and to get to this moment. We still have a long way to go, and just like almost like show people like who look like me or who look like my wife, and like it's possible for us, work hard, and it's possible to get to these stages. And
I love that.
Everyone in person has been really nice. There's a lot of internet trolls who like to say horrible things, but that was it. I won't even say the comment. We were just at the Dr. Pepper Museum, and apparently just seeing us was so bad that they didn't want to support Dr. Pepper anymore.
Wow.
Literally just us having a video, having fun there.
Yeah, we were just making sodas.
It was nothing other than us having fun, and they're like, we're never supporting Dr. Pepper again. Like,
thanks.
Sorry.
Great. Dr. Riley doesn't want them supporting them. Supporting them
anyway. We didn't do anything. Sorry, Dr. Pepper, we lost y'all a customer. But a lot of people are also behind us, which is really good, and so they've lifted us up, we lift them up, and all come together.
Yeah, and that segue is perfect. And I would love for you guys to do like a little shout out. Anybody that's helped you along this journey, anybody on your team. I always say you can shout out your mom, your dog, or your grandma, or all of the above. This is your moment to kind of shout out everybody and give back.
My first shout out would be for my wife.
Yes.
She's with the crazy ideas that came up with this concept, and it's turned out pretty amazing. And when the first idea came up, whew, man, my brain was like, what do you mean ice cream? So I'm glad we're here. So thank you for your craziness. I appreciate it. And then, we also had my family, they've been supportive through everything we've done, from doing college and being an engineer, you know, there's the stereotype of like African parents want you to have either be a lawyer, doctor, or engineer, which is pretty true. But my mom, she's pretty open. Like if you want to do art, if you want to do this, so shout out to my mama, my siblings, and and then you can take over if you want.
I mean, thanks for putting all the crazy ideas into action, even when you thought they weren't possible.
Yes.
And putting up with all the pink and balancing out when I almost went too pink, and you're like, okay, let's add some blue or some green or some purple here. And then I'm just like, all the people who helped make this even possible. I mean, so we have Erica O Designs, who kind of helped put in like some of these big pieces that we just weren't sure about. Some of the local artists. So yeah, I'll have to show you this piece. There's different artists like Reed Navarro has this beautiful sprinkle piece that she contributed. My family, who's actually helped like paint everything white or add certain things in this, helped when we were out. And then our team, I mean, we had one of our team members out here like literally painting the things, and that was not what she signed up for. She signed up to help for social media, and she's out painting pillars. So that was really wonderful. And I don't know, everyone, the Waco community, for being supportive and wanting to be a part of that. I think that means a lot, just welcoming outsiders. I was really worried about that, and so far everyone's been so kind.
I love that so much. And with that, of course, now give us all of your social media, where we can find you, find more information, where we can book, all of the things. Now's your time to plug yourselves and any things coming up.
So for the rental property, it's Casa Kumwesu. You'll see the spelling somewhere on the bottom. And then we do travel. We travel as influencers, bloggers, travel writers, all of the above. This is My Curly Adventures, and I run the food side of the travel, which is My Culinary Adventures. So yeah. And then we have a website, we have a travel guide. What am I missing? What else do we do? We do a lot.
Everything.
If people want to come check it out, we have on October 8th, we're still working on details. We just got everything today. We are going to have an open house, and there's just going to be a lot of exciting things. We're going to have ice cream, of course, for people to eat while they're here.
Yes.
Lots of photo ops. What else were we working on? Oh, we're gonna have like a little craft station. We have like rocks outside that.
I saw that.
Yeah, so like people can go and paint a rock and put it there. Working on getting food trucks out there. So just a lot of great things, local vendors, businesses, and so yeah. Also, if anybody wants to get involved with that, whether they have a little shop that they want to set up or something, we'd love to have them. But yeah, a completely free event, open up to the community, and would love to have everyone come and see it and have fun, take some cool pictures, eat some ice cream.
Yes, well, we're so excited. And now this is your chance to have your little soapbox moment. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today?
I just really we're here. We want to help the local businesses here as well. So, not just the Casa Kumwesu, but the My Curly Adventures. So if they see an opportunity, to work together or to use us to get their name out there, we want to do that. Like I said, Dreamy Picnics was one who messaged and said that. We had a photographer who wanted to offer client shoots here, local artists, anything. We want to help just make the business owners thrive here in Waco and be a part of that.
And when you stay at Casa K, there's ice cream. You can find some in the freezer, but then also there's 2 ice cream makers here if you want to just make the ice cream from scratch. So you're going to get the ice cream at the ice cream house, only here.
Only here.
No ice cream makers anywhere else. They don't exist. There's
not
no
in
ice cream house.
Not in an ice cream house. This is the only ice cream house you can get ice cream and make your own ice cream.
Yes.
It's the only ice cream house in the U.S.
Yep.
So.
Wow. Congratulations. I love that. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on today and sharing this beautiful house with us and our listeners today. We're so excited to have you on, and just thank you again so much.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out knowwaco.com.